Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to take a look at the Practical Magic Inner Witch Tarot. So I was at a witch market in Glasgow today and I saw the same stall, Tarot by Peachy. It's the place where I got the Dreamy Moons Tarot. Um, this one. So yeah, I was having a chat and I saw this deck last time I was there and decided to go for the Dreamy Moons, but this time I decided to get a copy of the Practical Magic Inner Witch Tarot. So I'll link Tarot by Peachy's website and stuff in the chat, or in the description. So please make sure you go and check her out because she's amazing. Um, so the deck, the box, first of all, the packaging, it comes in one of these kind of a magnetic flip boxes. It's solid, it keeps the cards safe, it does the job. The artwork on the box is particularly nice here. Beautiful, like kind of a black backgrounds with these popping kind of images, and that's how the deck is in general. So in the back it says a simplistic take on tarot based off Rider-Waite's myth, designed for all witches. Work with the elements, connect to the cards, unlock your magic, and this is by Grounded by the Moon. Joseph Benitez Edgerton is the creator, and they go by Grounded by the Moon. So yeah, the box is great. The cards themselves, um, so beautiful matte cardstock. It's not really got lamination. You can kind of see a bit of reflection, but um, it's got these beautiful. Oh, you can really see it there. Actually, the kind of a black, oily, iridescent type edging. Not really sure what the technical term is actually now I think about it. But you can really see the colours pop on that. And in terms of a size comparison, if we compare to a US Games, it roughly the same size. You can see these cards are just a small bit like shorter and less broad than your standard US Games tarot size. So definitely be good for kind of a shuffling and handling and stuff like that. These are the backs, so we've got the elements represented there, and they are arranged there such that you can't tell if the card is upside down or right way up. So if you read reversals and you don't like being able to tell from the backs that it's reversed, then this be a good one for you. I wanted to show you the title cards. So we've got the kind of the title card here, which just gives us information. We've got some information, a card with some information on the elements, on the courts. Now you can see that for the courts here, we've got the initiate, the teacher, the apprentice, and the sovereign. I'm sorry, I've read them the wrong way around. So initiate is 11, which is the page. The apprentice is the knight, 12. The teacher is 13, which is the queen, and the sovereign is 14, which is the king. So, I mean, I suppose the only thing that occurs to me is, to me, initiate and apprentice is kind of the same thing. That I think of those two things as being the same. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure if I would think of knights as being apprentices. I think I would maybe have named that something else, but it's no biggie. And if you're thinking, oh, I'm not sure, like when they change the names, like I'll forget which one's which. They've actually got 11, 12, 13, and 14 on each of the cards, so it's easy to tell which court it is that you're dealing with. But then have some cards with some spreads. So some different spreads here. Witch's Brew, Witch's Daily Magic and Connection, and then Witch's Garden. The book that we get with the deck is really good. So it's the same size, or pretty much the same size as the deck. It sits in the box with the deck, one of these kind of a books. But the quality of it is absolutely amazing. Let me just say, the cover, it feels almost like rose petally. It feels lovely anyway. It's like really kind of I don't know, like velvety type feel. Um, the pages in the book are this kind of they're black. It's even get black edging, but they're black and it's offset against yellow writing. We get full color images, as you can see there. And with each of the the interpretations. Some really good information at the start. So starts off with a wee intro, tells us what is tarot. Um, it tells us about the extra cards, so the Sabbath cards, the elements and suits, the court cards. We then come on to numerology in tarot. We get a whole page about numerology, and it gives us a breakdown of what each of the numbers means. Tarot and the zodiac. So if you're into your astrological correspondences, then this kind of gives us some information on that. Deck connection, so it gives us actually an interview spread here. Crystal suggestions, so if you pair crystals with decks, then there's some information there, or if that's something you're interested in, obviously. Tells us a bit about taking care of the deck and using it for magic. Some information on learning the cards, so really good for a beginner deck, I think. Some info on how to give a reading, and then we go into the major arcana and the cards, and then I think that's pretty much us, apart from a wee page of info at the end. So yeah, beautiful little book, so it is, and definitely some really good information. Let's look at what we get. So this is what we're getting in terms of the minors. It looks as though for the majors, maybe a smidge more that we're getting. It looks as though the images are smaller and there's more writing for the majors, whereas for the minor, slightly bigger image and less information. But I mean, still a good bit. I'm just randomly showing you. So the 8 of water. So we get keywords, moving on, changing direction, transition, leaving behind old emotions and experiences. And it says here, surrounding you, there is an energy flow moving forward and leaving old ways behind. Our past emotions and connections line the path before reminding us of all we have experienced up to this point. As the staircase to the next chapter ascends before our eyes, we see no particular destination but trust that something brilliant waits in that unknown space. So as you can tell just from the wee bit that I read out there, it's actually describing what's on the card, which is always good. Um, Sometimes I think books can fall a wee bit short if they don't actually tell you about what's on the card, and maybe because it's not always easy to understand what it is that you're looking at. Sometimes we need a wee bit of help, so it's good to have that. In terms of what's extra on here, it's this bit at the top. So in the majors, it's giving us the keywords and magic bit. It's giving us the description, but it's also giving us the symbols that we see. So it describes, we see a book of shadows, hairpin of sacrifice, the zodiac is Libra, and the element is air. So this is for justice. So that's what we get in the book. So what we'll do is we'll take a wee look through, a wee flip through, and then we'll come back and do a sample reading at the end. So we can see we've got these gorgeous black backgrounds and the bright kind of images that really pop out against the backgrounds, and it's beautiful. One thing that, if I say that kind of irks me a wee bit, is when bats are used as the hanged one. To me, the whole point in the hanged one is you're being taken out of your comfort zone, you're being put upside down, when you're normally the right way up. A bat, they do hang upside down, so that's not really a change in perspective for the bat. So I've never really been a massive fan of the bat imagery for the hanged one. As we can see with the courts, instead of pages, we've got initiates. Instead of knights, we've got apprentices. The queens become teachers, and the kings become sovereigns. I do love this image on the Eight of Cups. I just love that the cups are lining this stairway to this new place. Quite often we see the Eight of Cups as being about, abandoning abandoning things, leaving things behind. But I like the idea that the emotional security that we've built for ourselves is what gives us the confidence to move to this new place. I think it's amazing. With our Three of Swords here, or Three of Air, we have the kind of a dove lying on the table above, but on that other table we have the book. So I like to read numerologically. I see the threes as being about expansion and growth, creativity, and the air suit is the mental suit. So really, the Three of Swords for me is about learning primarily. So having that kind of a book image there is really good. It's really helpful for me. So here we come into the extra cards that we get with the deck. So as you can see, we get a card for each of the pagan festivals. And then we're getting a new moon and a full moon card. In terms of shuffling the cards, as we say, they're about the same size, if not a wee bit smaller than your standard US games. So if you're used to normal tarot cards, then you'll be able to shuffle these absolutely fine. They overhand just nicely. Riffle shuffle, they do riffle really nicely as well. In terms of the bendiness of the cards, you don't hurt your hands trying to riffle them. The only thing I would say, as always with gilded cards, is if you riffle them a lot, then you are going to kind of wear away at the edging. So if that's going to bother you, then I would maybe avoid riffle shuffling them, or I would just riffle them really, really carefully, and maybe not, maybe just kind of letting them fall like that, and then maybe just instead of bridging them, you could just, slide them together like that, just to take that wee bit extra care. But with me, I'd riffle shuffle all my cards. So yeah, I don't mind them looking worn. To me, it makes a deck look well loved and well used. So I quite like the aesthetic of it. In terms of our sample spread, I'm going to demonstrate the options spread. So just a 3-card spread, quite handy if you're asked a question on what should I do? I've got these two options and I'm not sure what path to take. So let's pick a sample question. Let's say someone comes to you and says, right, in my job, in my career, I'm at a bit of an impasse. I don't know whether to continue on the road that I've been going on for this long. I've been working hard at it, but lately I'm not sure if I'm going to get anywhere. Um, but I've been working at it for so long, so I kind of feel like I need to stick with it. But um, a new opportunity has opened up, and it's something different from what I had originally been thinking about. Um, but I'm wanting to explore my options. So that's the question. That's the scene set. So let's pull some cards. So the first card we pull, the middle card, is for just the general situation. And we've got the Sovereign of Air, so that is the King of Air, essentially. Um, so this is basically telling the person you're in a position where you need to look at the facts, take the emotion out of the situation altogether, you know. So that kind of attachment that you're feeling to your current path, what you're currently doing, and that emotional attachment is perhaps you need to kind of put that aside and think, right, realistically, what are my prospects in this current place, in this current on this current path. Similarly, we all love a wee bit of novelty. We all love something new, something shiny, So when a new opportunity comes up, we can sometimes get a bit taken by that. So the sovereign of air to me is like, right, we need to take all of that out of it and look at the cold hard facts. Get your bit of paper out, pros list, cons list, and go at it that way. It's very much this needs a logical approach. We then pull a card for each of the options. So first card would be for sticking with what we're doing just now. Okay, so we've got so this is the teacher. This is the teacher of fire. Okay, and then the next one is the new opportunity, new potential opportunity that's come up. So right away you can see a stark difference. This is kind of like the Queen of Wands, the Teacher of Fire. So this suggests to me that if this person sticks with what they're doing, they're actually going to find themselves in a position of potentially promoted or in an elevated position. To me, the Queen of Wands is like the celebrity of the tarot. Everyone looks at the Queen of Wands and either wants to be her or wants to know her or wants to go out with her or something. She's got such an encapsulating energy. She's so warm and everyone's drawn in by her personality. And when she speaks, everyone wants to know what she's got to say. So definitely, in this case, I'm looking at, sticking with what you're doing, being, just being a bit persistent. Keep on the path that you're on, because when we look at the other side of things, when we look at that the new opportunity that's come up, you've got the 9 of air. Again, that suggests to me that this new opportunity, you might not see it now, but it comes with its own stresses. It comes with its own kind of difficulties. And if you kind of take yourself out of your current situation to go for that, you might actually find really out of your comfort zone. And sometimes that can be a good thing, don't get me wrong. But just this storm cloud that the hands are holding. And yeah, it's almost like it's like raining on your parade, or in this case, raining on your incense sticks. It's about to put out all your incense. So, yeah, my advice based on this reading would be to stick with what you're doing. That seems to be the most promising option for you. Obviously, as always, we always tell people don't base career decisions or anything really just on a tarot reading. You need to look at it for yourself. Be that kind of sorts. Be the skeptic. Be the analyst. Look at everything in as fine a detail as you want to or as you can, and make a decision based on your own instincts and what you think is best. So there we go. That's just a kind of an idea. I'm loving the kind of the dark black backgrounds with these really bright images contrasting against it. I think it's absolutely stunning. I love when a deck does that. I've got a few decks like that now that I've built up into my collection, and I'm really a sucker for it, I have to admit. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope that you've enjoyed this. Take care, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Bye.